Hey everyone, it's Melissa. Today I'm going to talk about a video that I filmed the other day. It was an experiment in stick foundations from the drugstore. And I realized I probably should have not worn this shirt. I'm cleaning, getting ready to start house cleaning, and I threw on an old stretched out shirt. So I'll try to keep it up on my shoulders. Let me start off by saying I love a stick foundation. It reminds me the closest I can come of a nice cream to powder that I always used in the 90s from Moral Norman that they discontinued. And I've tried every cream to powder since then and spent a fortune, and none of them were the same as that Moral Norman. But this stick foundation from Lancome was the closest. And then I've gone through a whole experiment over the past while of trying all the high-end stick foundations against the Lancome, and Lancome won out every time. I didn't do videos on it. I didn't know if that would be interesting or not, but I did. I bought a lot. I wasted a lot of money because the Lancome always came out the best. I liked it the best. And there are some liquid foundations that I really like too, but Lancome just gives me the look that I like. It just isn't too drying. It isn't too oily. It doesn't break down. It's just nice. It's a good color. It just gives me what I want in a foundation. I mean, it's just a basic thing like that. The downside is it's $43. Now I can get it for $33 if I use my points for Sephora, but it's still a basic price of $43. So, and you tend to use not necessarily the Lancome because I can just do a few swipes and I'm done with it. But most stick foundations, you have to use it. It gets used up faster than a liquid because you have to do so much swiping, and you tend to only work just in certain areas, but you do have to do a certain amount of swiping like you would a cream contour, or how you just have to do a lot of swiping sometimes, and so it tends to get used up a little faster. And at $43, that's a lot of money. But like I said, with the Lancome, you don't have to, or I haven't ever had to swipe quite as much. So I went on a quest looking for a drugstore, and so what I'm doing is I'm doing a series of comparing drugstore foundations, stick foundations, to each other on half of my face and going all day long and seeing what it looks like. I'm going to do several videos on that. And then whichever one I like the best, I will compare it to the Lancome and see what I think, if it's close to that, if it's acceptable. So today I'm going to be doing, I spent the day Thursday. It was a very hard day, and you will see it on my face as I come back and make updates. I had to have an infusion that day for my Crohn's disease, so I had to wear a mask part of the day, and then it always makes me feel really sick. So I didn't feel well that day. I looked like a drowned rat when I come on for my updates, but I thought that's actually a good day to show it when I don't feel well, and let's see what the foundation and how it holds up, covering up things like that. So I thought it was a good day to test these two out, and the two that I'm testing out are it will be on this side. I'll test out the Revlon Photo Ready Instafix in Nude. And in this side, the contender is the Maybelline Fit Me, Shine Free, and Balance. And the color on it is buff beige. So those are the two I'm testing against each other. Of course, my gold standard is the Lancome. And I have to say, these two don't get it. They're fun. And one of them I like a little bit better than the other one, but they aren't Lancome. And in fact, they're not as good as other higher end stick foundations I have tried. I don't think it's as good as the Bobbi Brown. It isn't as good as the YSL. It isn't as good as the Hourglass. I think I've got the Makeup Forever. I bought a whole bunch of them, and these two do not compare to the higher end. I hate saying that. I hate saying that because I really, really want to do drugstore, but I have to be honest. I just don't think these two are not as pretty as any of the higher end. And it does pain me to say that very, very much. But anyway, these two are good stick foundations. They are acceptable. I have to swipe a lot more. And here's something else. Let me pull up. Let me pull up top to you. Here's what I'm trying to decide. I can get the Lancome foundation. It's $43. I have a whole bunch of points from Sephora. They're letting you use your points. And I can get $10 off every time I order it because I have thousands of points. I never did spend them. So I can get it for $43 each time. Now what I have to decide, this one was $11 or $12 and this one was $8 or $9. So what I have to decide is if swiping over and over and over again, because to get the coverage on these that I needed, I had to keep swiping and blending and swiping and blending and swiping and blending. To get the coverage that I need with just a few swipes of the Lancome, is it as cost effective the drugstore stick foundations as I think that they are? How many swipes before I use it up as compared to just a couple of swipes of the Lancome? That's what I'm going to have to figure out throughout this whole series. So I'll do some more experimenting. I'm going to be experimenting tomorrow with the Wet n Wild versus the Milani, so that will be interesting. So I come to you in this video when I start showing it without any makeup on, and you can see all the redness, you can see all the capillaries, you can see the scarring that I have from acne, and you can see the amount that I have to use to cover up. I give you first impressions, and then I go throughout the day, and like I said, I look really bad because I didn't feel well. I was pretty sick. Okay, it's early morning. I've got to admit, I'm not the perkiest person in the morning, but I will give it my best shot. I usually have to take about an hour to sit and think and just kind of wake up and drink coffee, but for YouTube, I am sacrificing my grumpiness. Okay. I've got some eye makeup on, didn't put any lipstick on, I'm not going to put on blush today. Got a busy day. So I thought it'd be a good day to test out these two foundations. So on the left side, I'm going to do the Maybelline Fit Me, and I think in the introduction I should have already talked about this and why I'm doing it. So what I will point out is that I have, let me zoom in a little bit. Okay, I have a lot of redness. I have broken capillaries across my cheeks and across my nose. And through here, I had pretty good acne, pretty substantial acne. Especially, I would have it all over, but especially in these areas right here. I had scarring and redness and everything, and the redness is still there. The Retin-A and the hydroquinone have really helped with that a whole lot. But, you know, it's still there, and it's still something that, you know, I like to cover up. Okay, so I feel like I have quite a few things to cover up. So on this side, I'm going to do the Maybelline, this side, the Revlon. Hopefully I've got y'all zoomed in enough where you can see okay. It has a little dot in the middle of it. I don't know, maybe to blend the color better. So it's like a darker on the outside and a little dot on the inside. That's very interesting. Very creamy, but you can see what I mean. You just can seem to do one area at a time. Do half my nose. Very nice, very creamy. It feels a lot like the Lancome. I've got some spots right here. It blends well. Doesn't seem to get into my lines and wrinkles. There's some broken capillaries right here and right here. This is lovely. Very nice. A little bit of a glow. Very nice. This is the Maybelline one right here. I like it. Okay, I feel like I've got half of it done, and I always have to go back and, you know, like get a few things like that. I feel like it's a good color match. Okay, let's go to the Revlon side. This is the nude color. Okay. A little bit more crayon-y, a little bit harder, but still, let me get this off my fingers from the other one so it won't transfer. This one's harder to work with, but I like the finish. Let me try up here with a brush with this Revlon. I think the Maybelline went on real well without it. Let me try it with that. No, it just rubs right off, and no. It doesn't do, the brush doesn't do well. I have to go back over it again. That's nice. Let me do this side right here. You know, it's like a stick foundation is kind of like a liquid, like a cream contour or a stick contour. You know, you have to kind of work with it like that. Well, that's, you know, a stick foundation is going to be like that. You're not going to get, one swipe and go. You're just not, you're going to have to work with it a little bit. Okay. I feel like those are kind of equal coverage up here. I think they're both good colors. The Maybelline, let me see. Let me go back to the Maybelline because I see it. Let me wipe off my hands. I see a couple of places that I can stand it. Like I got a little blood vessel right there. It looks good. It does well with my wrinkles up here on my forehead and my redness right there. Okay. Good first impressions on both of them. This one was not drier, but a little harder, more crayon-y, a little more waxy, which I don't dislike that, because that means, to me, on my skin, it's gonna not break down. I'm a little worried about this one breaking down because it felt pretty emollient, and it is supposed to be the shine-free and balance, and I'm a little worried about this side. I'm afraid, I can tell, I know my skin, I know it's going to break down over here, but I feel like it will. But so far, I think the colors are nice. I think I got a pretty good match just doing it on grocery pickup with at Walmart without being able to try it on. So let me show you up close. Maybelline and Revlon. Maybelline and Revlon. Okay, like I said, I've got a really busy day. I've got to go to Knoxville, actually, to the doctor. So just a lot to do. I'll be wearing a mask off and on, so we'll see how it holds up with that. So I'm going to finish getting ready. I'm not going to wear blush today, but I will wear lipstick. And we'll see. It is the very end of a very long day. It's been a hard day, but I thought that would be a good day to test both foundations and see what they're made of. So over here, I have the Maybelline, and I don't have a lot of makeup left over after the end of the day. I do feel like the Maybelline side broke down more. The Revlon side right there looks a little smoother and more covered the bad areas, and then on this side, it looks to me like the capillaries are showing more. And on that side, the capillaries and the broken blood vessels aren't showing as much in the redness or the acne scars. I can see a lot more breakthrough on the Maybelline side than I can on the Revlon side. So I would have to give the extra go-ahead to Revlon in this experiment. So I hope that was helpful. I hope you got a good idea. I have to admit, I was a little disappointed in my camera. I'm getting my other camera that I had that's nicer. I'm getting it fixed, and it should be back soon. Hopefully tomorrow, Monday. So whenever I get that done, I think that especially the close-ups, they will be clear. I just noticed some glares and stuff like that on the close-ups that I wasn't happy with, but maybe I'm gonna try to get that fixed. So the picture and the quality will be somewhat better. But anyway, thank you so much for watching. I got long-winded again. Let's go clean my house. So I'll talk to you all later. I will be back. I think I'm gonna show some bits and pieces of my house and some work we have done. I have shown it before, but I think I took it down because I just didn't want to show my whole house. But I'll show some bits and pieces if anybody wants to see it. Anyway, I'll talk to you all later, and everyone have a good weekend and stay safe. I love you all, and I really appreciate you watching this very, very much. Take care. Bye-bye.